This week is a very important week. Specifically, it is the 20th anniversary of the best console of all time. Yes, I'm putting that down there now. That is obviously my opinion, but we're talking about the Xbox 360. It did come out November 22nd, 2005. So this Saturday will be the 20th anniversary. So I wanted to put out, of course, some content surrounding it because this is my favorite console. I've established that from games, from innovation to just good times that I had with the system. I just wanted to highlight it. I got some other videos coming out for it, but what we're going to be talking about is my top 10 games for the Xbox 360. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about my top 10. These aren't all exclusive. Some of them are, multi-platform, but they were available on the Xbox 360. So that's why I'm including them in this list. Some of these if you've watched my other videos on like my top 10 or games that have like influenced me from my childhood and stuff like that, you'll probably be able to guess a few games that are on this list. But if you haven't, hey, listen, welcome to the channel. Check out my other videos and all that good stuff. Make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're someone new, and let's get right into this top 10 list. So the first game on the list I think is going to surprise a lot of people. It's from Bizarre Creations, and it is Geometry Wars 2. Now this came out during the Summer of Arcade back in 2008. I did buy, I think, every game that dropped during that Summer of Arcade. It was like Geometry Wars, Galaga Legions, Bionic Commando, but this game, man, it was super duper fun. It was like 6 different game modes. I was trying to get all the achievements because I never got all the achievements for any game ever, but yeah, this game was super fun. I never played the first one, but I found out the third one came out recently. But it's just a good game you could hop in and out of multiple times. Like I said, the different game modes and everything like that. It was just a really fun time. And like when you see the title, like Geometry Wars, like that sounds mad nerdy, but it literally was just the fact that it was on like graphing paper or whatever. So geometry was, I got a D in geometry in high school. So but yeah, either way, it was really fun. Just super simplistic controls, just move, shoot in whatever direction, and yeah, pretty great game. Had to put it on the list at number 10. All right, now number 9 might be a little controversial, not for it being on the list, but the fact that it's only at number 9. But when you see the other games higher on the list, that it had to go somewhere, and unfortunately it ended up at number 9. But that is Portal 2. So the original Portal dropping with the orange box back in 2007. I never played that version, but then Portal 2 came out in 2011. I heard how great Portal was, and you didn't need to play the first one to play the second one. I was just like, oh, okay, let me try it out. And man, it was really good. It's just like not just a regular puzzle game. Like, yes, you only have open blue portal and orange portal, but then the different physics with it and flying through, and then you had the different color paint that did different things, like making a surface bouncy or reflecting things, or you had the laser and like all this kind of stuff. So like Portal, super great design, little humor moments and things like that. And I had to get really creative, when it comes to like the physics and things like that, going through at a certain speed and velocity. It really made you think. And I really like games like that. Like that's part of a big reason I like Zelda games. Like, yeah, the story was great all the time, and like the music and the characters and all that, but like the puzzles, the making you think, the thinking outside the box and trying to figure out different things. So Portal, coming from Valve, definitely great. Valve, I don't know if I haven't played all of Valve's games, but I don't think I've heard of Valve having a bad game. So, and we might be getting a certain sequel coming at some point next year with that Steam machine. So I have to say, but Portal 2 definitely, again, had to make it on the list, and it's the second number 2 on this list, and you'll be seeing a lot of number 2 sequels on this list. Now number 2 is in, but a lot of other number 2s on the list. All right, next up at number 8, we have a game that we got a remake of this year, or a remaster. I don't know what they're calling it, but we got Ninja Gaiden 2, which it came out in 2008, but I actually didn't get it until like 2013. I ended up picking it up for like $5. I went to GameStop and I got it for like $5 along with Dark Souls 2 for like 20, I think, or 15. Altogether it was $20 or something like that. But Ninja Gaiden 2, man, the first game was really good on the original Xbox. I played it on my brother's Xbox, but I never got past mission like 4. But then man, Ninja Gaiden 2 just took it up a whole nother notch with all the new weapons, the obliterations, the better graphics on the 360, and I still didn't beat this game. I literally got to the final boss, but then when I couldn't beat it, I just gave up because I was like, I'm not going through that whole. It's one of those bosses where it's like the sequence, you got to go through the whole thing again. You can't just challenge him alone. He was doing too much transformations and stuff. Like Ninja Gaiden 2 is very over the top. Ninja Gaiden in general, but just the action sequences, the fighting, the everything about this game is just like top notch. And I was really excited when this showed up, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, at the developer direct earlier this year, along with the announcement of Ninja Gaiden 4 from Platinum Games, which I'm not the biggest fan of Yakumo just as a character. Like he's cool, his abilities are cool, everything's fine with that, his design's okay, but like, man, I wish he didn't have a voice actor. Like, I don't know, but that's another story. But Ninja Gaiden 2 made it to number 8 on the list. Now for number 7, we have our fourth number 2 on the list. Like I said, there's a lot of number 2s on this list. It's just how it was. The Xbox 360 was the, you know, second in the line from Xbox and moving on. So you're going to get a lot of sequels and things like that. But this was also back in the day when you got full trilogies on one console. We don't get that anymore. Anyway, number 7 on the list is Mass Effect 2. So I mentioned Portal 2 earlier. I did let a friend borrow it back in high school, and they let me borrow this game, Mass Effect 2. I still haven't played the Legendary Edition, but Mass Effect 2, man, it really like had a strong impression on me, especially in high school when we were just known for like platformers or fighting games, or mostly shooting games and stuff like that. But this game really combined all the RPG elements, leveling up, the different like perks and customization and things like that, the story mode, the way your decisions affected things in the story, especially that last mission really, you know, pulls on the heartstrings. And unfortunately, I didn't get the full experience as far as, you know, the Mass Effect 1 or 3, like all the, if it has your save file and certain decisions you made in previous games connect into the later games and things like that. I never got to experience that, unfortunately. But still, like, I understand Mass Effect, why it was so beloved and respected and things like that. And if I'm not mistaken, Mass Effect was a exclusive or a timed exclusive when Xbox first came out. So Mass Effect 2, I already know it did everything better than the first game. Is number 3 better? I'm not sure yet. I will complete the full trilogy at some point. But for now, Mass Effect 2, again, super high impression on me. It made me like really look at different types of RPGs and things like that, especially the Western RPGs. I never got into Dragon Age or any of the other like BioWare properties, but Mass Effect 2 definitely made me a believer in BioWare. So number 6 is a sequel, but it is not a number 2. And actually the number 2 game in this series actually sucks, like sucks a lot. But we have Devil May Cry 4. And now Devil May Cry 4, when I first saw the trailer for this, I had no idea. This was the 4th game. I was like, what is this series? I never heard of it. And then I did my research on it and I find out that, you know, the first 3 games actually came out on PS2. I never had a PlayStation growing up, so I never got to play it. But then when I saw this game, I said, bro, what is this? I need this game. Played it. I didn't know anything about Dante or anything. Like when you fight him that first time and he comes out with the sword coming out of him. But Nero's cool too with the Devilbringer arm. And of course, I didn't understand certain references like Sparta and the Yamamoto and all that stuff. But man, this game super got me into the series and ended up being one of my favorite series in all of gaming. Actually, the Devil May Cry HD collection, the first 3 games that came out on, I think it was 2012. That was actually the first game I was able to buy myself, my first mature game that I bought by myself. I didn't need a parent or anything to buy it for me. So that stuck with me. And then Devil May Cry 3 ended up being my favorite in the series, just that prequel, seeing young Dante, all the different weapons and stuff like that in the game. So, but Devil May Cry 4, of course, still got me into the series, got me more into these action games, the hack and slash and all that. Nero's cool, Dante's cool, everybody's cool. The whole series is dope. So Devil May Cry 4 made it to number 6 on my top 10 list. All right, now number 5 is another number 2, which is Gears of War 2. And now this was a game it's so funny. I played the Ultimate Edition co-op with my nephew for the first time because he never played it this year. Then they announced Reloaded coming out, and then we got Gears E-Day coming out next year. But Gears of War 2, man, was super special. Like, if you had an Xbox or Xbox 360, there was a whole thing with like, okay, what's better, Halo or Gears? And it's super hard to pick, but Gears was just super like that gritty, like horror type of game. Like the cover system, the different executions that they added, especially in the second game, the vehicles, the flamethrower, the lancer chainsawing through people, then the horde mode that they added in the second game. Like, they just did everything better. And Gears 3 is also really good, but I think Gears 2 is just like I said, just introducing horde mode and all these other mechanics and stuff is just like so over the top, dude, bro, mid 2000s feel. Like, they just man, it just embodies all of that. And then the story, of course, with Dom and Maria and everything, is just like, man, it hit on every single metric it could have. And again, I was definitely like a believer in Gears by the time the first one came out, but the second one like super stamped it for me as like a premier title on the Xbox. Like, if anybody was saying like, oh, why do I need an Xbox 360, like Gears became that game to tell people like, it was like, you need it. It became a super killer app. Everybody was all over it. Online was a little when it came to like people wall bouncing and Nasher and all that kind of stuff. But either way, Gears 2, number 5 on the list. Now, number 4 on the list is a game that I bought 3 times already. So that is Sonic Generations. Now, this is the Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. This is the inside cover if you have the reversible cover. But I bought this game 3 times, right? I bought it on the 360 when it first came out. I bought it digitally on my Xbox Series a couple years ago. And then I debated buying Shadow Generations when it came out. It was on sale last year during Black Friday for like $30. I said, all right, I'll buy it a third time. Why not? I'll do it. But this game coming out for the 20th anniversary, and y'all know Sonic is a top franchise for me ever, no matter how bad it is at times. But people got to realize also what made this game really good was also the timing of it, because the mid to late 2000s was not a good time for Sonic, especially for 3D Sonic games. Like, coming off the heels of the Sonic Adventure games, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Heroes, and stuff like that. Then you had, Sonic and the Secret Rings, which was terrible. I had that on the Wii, even though I beat it, did the final level and all that stuff. And then you had Sonic Unleashed, which apparently people like, but I don't know. Back in the day, when it released, it was not getting good reviews. Sonic and the Black Knight or whatever, like, it was a lot of bad releases. Then you had Sonic Colors, and then you had Sonic Generations, which went back to the roots. It said, okay, we're going to pull all the best levels from all the games, no matter how bad they are, have you play as 2D and 3D elements for both Sonics. Like, it just did everything right. Like, hey, it was a cheat code, honestly. Like, when you really sit down and think about it, is it fair to take the best Sonic games from all of the games, that's what's called Generations, and then put it into one game and be able to just like change the mechanics however you want it and go in between 2D and 3D and all that stuff? Nah, it's a cheat code, but it made for a really great game, and it was really a good homage to the games. Like Sonic Adventure 2 coming out for the 10-year anniversary, Sonic Generations coming out for the 20th, and then Sonic Frontiers kind of missed the 30th anniversary. It came out in 2022, so 1 year later, but Sonic Frontiers was also very good, to me at least, and also brought in a lot of those like older levels and stuff like that. But yeah, Sonic Generations, the Shadow Edition to it, I know that didn't come out on Xbox 360, but Sonic Generations on the Xbox 360, I think, was like a must-have. Like, if there was one Sonic game I was going to tell people to buy back then, it was definitely that. Even today, I would say like Sonic Generations is maybe a top 3 Sonic game of all time. Definitely top 3 3D Sonic game, but Sonic Generations made it to number 4 on my top 10 list. All right, now for number 3, we're in the top 3 territory. These are kind of hard to kind of put in a particular, not super hard, but like I had to think about it a little bit. But number 3, we got, I don't have the original, but I have right here BioShock right here. This is the BioShock collection, the 3 games: BioShock 2, and then BioShock Infinite, that came out on Xbox One. I also got it for free on, not Steam, I think GOG or whatever. But I mentioned Mass Effect earlier, right? BioShock, again, another timed exclusive back in 2007. And people always talk about 2007 because there was just genre-defining games back then. Mass Effect, BioShock, Mario Galaxy, Portal, all this stuff coming out. Like, this game, going into this world, going to Rapture, it's like this near future but still retro 1960s world with the underwater kind of like Atlantic City type thing, and just going around. When you first encounter like the little sisters, the Big Daddy is probably one of the scariest moments. But the gameplay when it came to being able to have the the plasmids, and being able to have like a melee weapon, as well as shooting out lightning or fire, then the combinations you could do, like if there's water on the ground, shooting lightning. And this being like a spiritual successor to System Shock, which I never played, but man, they're just super great storytelling. The story, the twists and turns with the story and everything. And we're still waiting on Ken Levine's spiritual successor to it with Judas. Who knows when that's coming out? But yeah, BioShock, it's not like a horror game, but it gives enough like creepy environment type, a feel to it while you're playing it to keep you, on your edge. Big Daddy, like when I first beat my first Big Daddy, I really like, people that haven't played the game just saying Big Daddy over and over again sounds weird, but first time I beat it, it was like, man, it's like beating a boss in Elden Ring. Like you don't understand like how underpowered you are compared to those things. But yeah, BioShock 2 wasn't that amazing to me. It was still fine, but the idea of playing as a Big Daddy is cool. And then BioShock Infinite is completely separate, but still kind of ties back to the originals. But BioShock 4 doesn't look like we're getting that anytime soon. Might be rebooted, might be canceled, who knows. But waiting for Judas to come from Ken Levine. But BioShock, again, staple for Xbox 360. If you ever owned one, you never played it, definitely pick up the collection, play through all 3 of them. I definitely recommend it. All right, and now we are in top 2 category. Emphasis on 2. Again, this is the last number 2 game on the list, but we got, well, this again, I don't have the original. This is Modern Warfare 3. This is my original oh no, my case is broken. I didn't know that. Anyway, this is my original copy from back in the day. What was that, 2011 that game came out? But Modern Warfare 2 specifically, man, oh man. So when Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, came out in 2007, again, that's another game in that crazy year of 2007, it was something else, man. It was something else. It was flopping between that and Halo 3 back and forth all the time. But then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and everybody who had Xbox Live, this was the reason you kept renewing your Xbox Live, bro. Like, Infinity Ward just did something completely different. You had the no Russian level, the added kill streaks, the new game modes, the amount of maps in it. Like, Modern Warfare 2 was the original. Like, when people talk about like the toxic Call of Duty lobbies and all that, that started with this. And then the year after, Black Ops hit, and then Modern Warfare 3 came out after that. And like, it just became this back and forth. And it's like, okay, were you a Modern Warfare fan or a Black Ops fan? Or like, Black Ops was better for the campaign. But I mean, Soap and Captain Price and all that. And I mentioned the no Russian mission and all that. Like Modern Warfare 2 was technically, listen, Modern Warfare 3 might have been better, like a better game. Modern Warfare, the original, might have been like the cool, like, okay, it set it off and everything. But Modern Warfare 2, I felt like, was when Call of Duty officially went mainstream, where it was like everybody was on Call of Duty. Like, no matter what, everybody had an Xbox 360, you had Call of Duty, you was on Xbox Live, you was playing for hours and hours at night. This was before Zombies and all that. I mean, Zombies came out in World at War the year before, but Zombies wasn't even mainstream yet. This was the game. This is what made a lot of people Call of Duty heads, and it's what's a lot of reason people play now. Like I think it might be on Game Pass already, but I want to play through the original trilogy again, even just the campaign, the remake trilogy that they made, except for 3, because I heard Modern Warfare 3 remake was trash. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2, man, I had a lot of great memories with this, even though I'm not like a big Call of Duty head anymore, but just like memories of playing in like high school, and like I said, the kill streaks, just playing with friends and everything, man. Those were the days, man. This is the game that'll make you tear up, man. Make you tear up. All right, then the number 1 game, listen, should come as no surprise. Or it might come as a surprise because you might think I put stuff from the other entries in the series, but I mentioned 2007. Again, I don't have the original case, but this is the Halo 5 case, but Halo 3, number 1 game of all time on the Xbox 360. And people don't realize the hype for this game. Like Halo coming out on the original Xbox, and then Halo 2 being that, you know, you got people, execs with tattoos and the stuff happening at E3 and all that kind of stuff. But Halo 3, the tagline, like finish the fight, them having a Super Bowl commercial, like I know people that were skipping football practice in school and stuff like that to get this game. Again, at 2007 year, man, like the games industry was just firing on all cylinders. But Halo 3 campaign, I played it like, I don't know, at least 10 times, like on the 360 alone. And then online, Forge mode, everyone just making their own maps, all that kind of stuff. And then Halo 3 ODST coming out afterwards, Halo Reach. And that was the thing, I didn't add any games that, you know, all 3 of those could have made it on this list, right? Same with Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, all that could have made it on this list. But the one that stands above the rest is Halo 3, man. This game just did everything right. Like if a remake ever came out, or a remaster or whatever, I think it would sell incredibly well. Might sell better than that Halo Campaign Evolved coming out next year. And speaking of Campaign Evolved, like just looking at this list, it's just like, dang, man. I don't want to talk about new stuff, but it's just like it's just like, dang, man, like look at where Xbox used to be with these games, and then now it's just like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna say, oh, they're not putting out anything, but it's just like those, like, man, those, y'all know what I'm saying. Like it's just not the same, man. It's just not the same, man. But either way, like Halo 3, like I said, I spent so many hours on it. Like I said, Forge mode, playing the campaign over and over again online. Like the maps were great, everything was great. And this was technically my first Halo game. Like I played the other ones, but I never beat them. But this was the first one I've had and owned, and along with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, just bouncing back and forth online between those games, and then Reach coming out with the prequel and all that. But yeah, Halo 3, number 1 on the list. So that's my top 10 list for Xbox 360 games. Like I said, I didn't add, you know, Halo Reach and Gears, the whole Gears collection. Like, I think that makes the list not as fun, because you can put a bunch of those games on there, but then your whole list is filled out, right? So, but y'all let me know, what'd you think of my list? Did I get something wrong? What's something y'all would have included? What are your favorite Xbox 360 games? Y'all let me know how you're celebrating this 20th anniversary. Just remembering and reminiscing on what used to be for Xbox before it became Microsoft Gaming. But that's another story for another day. But anyway, appreciate you guys for checking out this video. If you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel. Got a lot of content coming out. Leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you on the next video.